What are some unmanly things that are actually very manly? I love growing flowers, sewing, cooking, baking, and other activities that are viewed by some as girly activities. I also love traditionally manly things like fishing, building furniture, mowing my lawn, etc. A long time ago, I was upset by some of my friends ribbing me for liking to do girly things. My dad handled this by teaching me that the manliest thing a man can do is whatever the hell he wants. My grandfather was the manliest man I know. 6 feet 3 inches Marine and a farmer. He could cook, bake, sew, garden, and sing. He taught me that a manly man does what he finds necessary or even just interesting regardless of what others may deem manly. Gardening. I've also been called a homosexual by multiple other guys for saying I like gardening. But if you do that on a large scale, it's farming, something considered manly. Fucking hell, I hate that. I had a rhododendron that produced the fluffiest, pinkiest of flowers, and when I talk about it, guy always send jokes about my sexuality or manliness. Wake up at 4:30 to spend 6 hours non-stop kneeling under the sun while torturing your back and shoulders to carve the ground and cut branches and roots. Then you'll talk to me about manliness. And also, I don't give a shit if flowers are manly or not. My rhododendron was fucking wonderful and I'll die on that hill, be it manly or not. Edit, ain't it cool, all we guys here talking about flowers? At the general demand, I'll search for photos of mine and, if I find some, will publish them on my profile. I come back home at 5 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated, so a remind me function set for 6 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated will do the trick for you lads and lasses who want to see it. Dude, gardening is literally controlling the earth to produce what you want. It's physical, it requires strategy and constant care, it provides sustenance and beauty for others. Manly AF. Sewing. When you're stuck on a boat in the Pacific during World War II, you'd better know how to stick up your own uniform. Source, both of my grandfathers. Wearing sunscreen. Nothing looks dumber than a guy who's so afraid to seem girly that he gets turned into a lobster. Realizing you are wrong, learning from it, and becoming better because of it. When my dad was a kid, a bully told him to meet him after school for a beating. Dad simply never showed up and went directly home instead. I heard cooking for your family labeled as unmanly due to men wearing an apron around a gas stove, by the same people who grill for their family while wearing an apron around a gas grill. Hygiene and cleanliness. I live on my own and I love having a clean and neat house. High five me, too, brother. My girlfriend was amazed at how clean my bedroom is when she came over the first time. She still occasionally tells me I'm the cleanest man she's ever known. Taking care of your skin. I hate how some of the guys I work with and serve with, I'm in the army, give me shit for using products for my face and skin. But they also wonder why I get told I look like I'm 25 even though I'm almost 36. Because I take care of my body. Buying feminine products for your sew. I have no shame buying tampons or pads when I do the grocery shopping, which is always. Men that get all embarrassed or won't do it are the unmanly ones. When I was a kid, I was once at a clothing store and I saw a pink men's shirt. I said out loud, what kind of men wear pink shirts? And my mom said secure men. For some reason that always stuck with me. Being a gentleman, polite, courteous, respectful, tactful, manners, some style, some sophistication, educated, you don't need your masters from an Ivy League, but just being well read is enough sometimes, friendly. Dancing, playing tea party, and holding hands with your daughters. Not being concerned with other people's quantification of your manliness. Not giving a fuck about what other people consider to be manly. My ex was a fucking lil bitch about even mentioning feminine products or menstruation. I couldn't even mention having period pains without him complaining how gross it was and that I made him feel sick for mentioning it. I was rarely around him when I was on, but I hate to think how unhelpful he would have been. My dad on the other hand, quite a lad's lad, has no issues. He used to track my mom's menstruation because he found it easier than she did, and he was always more than happy to nip to the shops and pick up feminine products. Do you need ladies' things? He used to ask me. What flavor do you need? His joke, but he was referring to whether it was pass or tampons, and what flow. Oh, and I just remembered that same ex wouldn't buy his own fucking Pokemon game because it's not manly. I haven't known such a insecure stupid little bitch before or since. Holding your wife's purse in public. I do a few push-ups, a few pull-ups, roll up my sleeves and show off the pump when I do it. Be a man. Walking away from a physical fight, instead of getting involved / the whole I could put you in hospital but I won't nonsense. A true alpha, if you must use that word, doesn't need to assert his dominance like that. My friends were amazed at how I allowed some drunk guy talk to my girlfriend for like 10 minutes at a festival. Bro, why the fuck would I care? She didn't seem distressed and enjoyed the conversation and I'm not insecure. She'd tell me / let me know if she was uncomfortable and needed help. I don't feel threatened, I have nothing to prove and my girlfriend is not some position I need to protect from other men. Going up to the guy and doing whatever just makes you seem to radiate insecurity to me. Not manliness. I've always been more attracted to manly but smart and funny. I was dating an honorably discharged Marine who is now a pastry chef for maybe 2 weeks when I mentioned he's the best of both worlds. He's manly and strong but also smart and gentle. His response, I know. I built this narrative. Known each other for 14 years, dated for 7, married for 5. Absolutely in love. I have a beard that would make Sasquatch jealous. I like Scotch whiskey, Dominican cigars, and American motorcycles. I worked most of my adult life as an iron worker. But none of that is the manly part. When my daughter was 3 to about 6 or 7, it was common for me to go to work with my nails painted every color of the rainbow. Letting your little girl paint your nails is manly as fuck, gentlemen. Being emotionally supportive and affectionate to other male friends. I've always hated the concept of men should show emotions. Why not? I don't get it. If your friend is going through a hard time, giving them a simple hug could really help. Or just listening to them. Even if there isn't a problem, being friendly and platonically physically affectionate is sweet to me. A hug is seen as gay. LOL, hugs aren't sexual, it's a hug. Being a nice guy. There's nothing manly about being an asshole. Being vegan / vegetarian or at least eating plenty of vegetables as well as animal produce instead of just stuffing your face with meat all the time. A man should take care of his health on all fronts, not just the protein intake. Admitting defeat. What's unmanly, or unwomanly, really, is throwing a tantrum, denying reality, or refusing to soldier on. Remember reading some guy saying something like my kids need to know who is the king, and it's all in the small things. For example, I always get served food first, no matter what, even if I'm late. Because that's what being a man is all about. And while reading that I couldn't help but think how sad it is to base your personality in a trope. But even if we go for the stereotype of what a manly man is, isn't it more manly to make sure your kids eat first so you are sure there is enough for them, willing to go hunger as long as they don't have to? Honestly, pretty much everything that some people consider unmanly. Things like personal hygiene, taking care of your kids or spouse, and being emotionally available are all manly as fuck. I'll start, admitting when you're wrong. When anyone with eyes can see your earlier statement was misinformed, taking accountability and control of the situation with a simple yep. You were right, I was wrong. Here's what we'll do now, shows leadership, responsiveness, and confidence. Trying to deny or defend or justify your earlier statement comes across as insecure and reactive or oblivious, none of which are qualities traditional manly men try to embody. A spike is manly. Horses are manly. Put them together and you get a unicorn. A good quality pink cotton shirt. Kindness. Being gay. I mean, you are a man and you like mans. What could be more manly? Cooking and washing the dishes right after.